Ready?
All right, rip it.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back into week 8 of the Waterboys podcast. We got a packed episode for you guys, a bunch to talk about. It's been a while since we last talked to you guys. Ben, how have you been, man? How was your week?
I've been good. Week was good. Until last night. MSU basketball.
Yeah.
We'll get into that later. But
Yeah,
overall, having a good time.
Your Eagles won. You know, I can't never complain about that.
They overcame their enemies, so it was a close game, though.
It was.
Whenever you ask me how I'm doing, I always just talk about like whether my team's won.
And that's what else is there to really base off your life, you know?
Yeah. Mia, how are you doing?
I'm actually doing pretty good. You know, I don't know, like
Life is good.
I mean, I have my master stuff is lining up, so we're.
When are you on track to be done with everything?
End of spring. So I graduate in the springtime, which you were supposed to do USIP, but I don't know if you're doing that anymore.
Listen here, guys. Ben graduates in the December. Mia graduates in the spring. So listen, just be grateful you guys are listening to us all talk together at once, because this is not permanent, you know. So no, but
I get to visit the USA Hockey facility tomorrow.
in Plymouth?
Yeah, tomorrow,
That'll
and
be
I'm
cool.
meeting one of the coaches or like the managers for one of the teams tomorrow, and I'm really excited about it because it's like that's the main aspect of what my project wanted to be about. So I'm excited about that.
Fingers crossed for Mia.
I have two options because I'm also Zooming. Oh, the girl who's, I'm pretty sure it's a woman because it could be a man. I don't know. Because they're the head coach of like, on their bio it says head coach of Ohio State hockey, women's hockey. So I was like, interesting.
That would be pretty cool.
Yeah, you
it's a
should
good
probably
connection to make.
learn a little bit more about them before you interview
No, because
them.
You find out what gender she is.
There's
Maybe,
no.
I don't know.
There's no profile on it. I just I got a list of emails from the USA Hockey thing.
You got to
for
do
Michigan.
some digging though. You got to Google some.
No,
This
names.
is where
Their
your
website-
journalism.
Their website has no information.
comes
I
in
literally
handy.
had to dig deep to find.
something.
Yeah, I probably emailed about 40 people, and those are the people that responded. And I was like, and it took them 2 to 3 weeks to actually respond to me. So I was like, I was getting worried there for a hot minute, and I was like.
You know, like we may not be, plagued with the exams and the calculus homework that maybe some other majors have to deal with, but as journalism majors, like we have to like do stuff like Mia just described, like send a crap ton of I mean, I'm sure everybody has to do it, but like our future is heavily dependent on the connections we make and the like, you know,
just being social
and
is
personable.
part of it.
Yeah,
I mean, like, let's be real here. It's not like harder. Like, hey, I don't know. Like,
I find
just being social as like a requirement of your major. Like, yeah, like engineering majors might struggle with it, but like,
Right.
you know what I mean? Like, that's
to
most
each their own,
people are
you
so-
know?
social
Everybody is
humans are
built
so-
for like, bro. If I was an engineering major, I would have probably dropped out 2 years ago, after calculus 1.
I just don't want to over like.
No, oh yeah, no. I'm not
we
saying
don't
like
do
being
the
a
hardest
journalist.
thing in the world.
No,
We're
no, no, no,
sports
no, no,
journalism majors.
no,
I find
yeah.
the art-
Our life is easy.
the art of interviewing, knowing how to do a real interview, a lot of people struggle with that, and I find that very fascinating because I'm the person who does all the lead interviews for my documentary, like the capstone documentary class, and like they were like all like gibberish about interviewing, and I was like, it's really that's like the easiest. I don't know.
It's like you're talking. It's literally like you're meeting somebody new, and you're picking their brain.
Yeah,
simple as that.
Speaking of meeting somebody new,
What a segue.
The Las Vegas Raiders have a new head coach.
Yeah,
They
he's
fi-
the
they,
man.
They
Antonio.
cleaned house, as they say.
Yeah, they got rid of McDaniels, promoted is it Antonio Pierce?
Yes.
Yeah. And the locker room seems to love him. I mean, victory cigars for a, what are they, 3-win team, 4-win team?
Max Crosby turning up. No, I think I'm happy to see it, honestly, but it's kind of crazy. It's literally almost like night and it's very comparable to the Matt Patricia scenario with the Lions. Like Nah,
Oh yeah, just kind of the free at
like-
last.
like
weight
free
off
at
your
last.
shoulders kind of thing.
I can't believe another organization fell for the Patriot way again. Like that's kind of the ideas I had towards it.
I don't know. For me, it's like it's such a indictment on Josh McDaniels and like Raiders ownership for bringing him in because when he replaced their interim head coach, I think it was Bisaccia.
Yeah, Rick Bisaccia or something like that.
Yeah, their interim stepped in after the Gruden thing, and led them to the playoffs.
Yeah,
and they thank him by bringing in McDaniels, and now he lasted 600 something days as the Broncos head coach, lasted about a few hours as the Colts head coach, and lasted just a little over 600 days as the Raiders head coach. I don't think he's cut out to do anything other than be a great offensive coordinator in New England.
Yeah,
Like,
in New England. I don't
In
even
New
know
England
if he's
only,
capable
yeah.
of
In New
England
doing it anywhere else. And I will say this about Antonio Pierce, though. After his introductory press conference, I was like, okay, like, what do we get? Like, who did they give the job? What did Mark Davis is just giving the job to anybody? But then he kept talking. Like, I think I did what people did to Dan Campbell for his introductory press conference. He was riding high off emotions. He just got a job. And and now I'm starting to really like kind of enjoy him, like especially seeing how the players feel about it.
And it is like you were saying with Patricia, like it is the complete opposite end of the spectrum for a coach. Like McDaniels, Patricia, Patriot way, very come in, do your job. We're not going to thank you if you do it well. To the ultra emotional players coaches that Pierce looks like he is and Campbell is.
I know a lot of people will never get behind those coaches. I know people are like old heads and like will be stuck in the like, you got to coach these players a certain way. Like I'm a players coach guy. I think getting people to buy in is how you get the most out of a team. And I think you can't get people to buy in without building relationships.
It takes a really special non-players coach.
Yeah.
Like I think a players coach is maybe can elevate a team's floor higher.
Yeah.
Easier than a non-players coach, but it takes a really special, like I don't know what I would call it, like an old head coach kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like a Belichick,
There aren't. You probably can count on your fingers how many old heads. Like Ron Rivera is probably a
Nah, he's a players coach for
that's
sure.
the thing.
Riverboat Ron, man.
Well, Andy Reid comes to mind, but also semi-players coach.
I think of the Miami Dolphins head coach.
Oh, he's
Mike McDaniel. No, Mike.
he's in a category of his own.
I just think he's
player.
so funny.
He's just he's just
so
him.
funny.
Andy Reid's a players coach. Sirianni's a players coach.
Everybody to an extent is. Let's try and think of one non-players coach.
The Steelers.
McCarthy. Mike McCarthy isn't a players coach.
No, he's not. Yeah.
The Steelers head coach. I don't feel like he talks to media a lot, but everyone still loves him.
He's a players coach.
Yeah, for sure.
He's a players coach. He tells his he
yeah.
tells his players where like he knows how to get like he may not like kiss his players' ass, and I don't think like not that Dan Campbell does or anything like that, but like he's a tough coach, very tough coach, maybe one of the toughest in the league, but like he'll show his players love, he'll let them have fun, and he'll let them be themselves. And I think like that's really the key.
Everybody except for wide receivers seems to love.
Man,
Tomlin.
everybody wanted to like love and give George Pickens flowers after his like. I think we're seeing right now why he went in the end of the first round.
Second, I think.
Or second, yeah. I think we're seeing that. Like he has attitude problems. Like this will happen to anybody. Like there's so many wide receivers who have career like.
There were a lot better situations for him to go into than the Steelers. And you might, if he goes to, I don't know, the Rams, he might be being talked about as one of like the top 20, top 15 receivers in the league right now. But because he went somewhere with a bad offensive coordinator and a young quarterback, he's like, I got to get out of here. Like
it must be frustrating if you're him, but like that, like you can't.
He also dropped a touchdown in that game. Like he's so upset that Deontay Johnson is getting like schemed up red zone targets. Like my
Deontay
brother in
Johnson
Christ
went 2 years without a touchdown, bro. He did his time.
Like he literally he got his red zone target and he dropped it. It went through his hands. Like I don't know what more he wants.
I'm not a big fan. Like, bro, just do your job. Do your job.
I don't know. I'm fine with talking if you do your job first, but when you're doing all the stuff that George Pickens does, and you have like,
I just feel like he hasn't even been
one
around.
catch for a negative yard.
Right, but like, there's just so many people. Like a guy like I'll compare Devontae Adams. Like he's not a diva, in my opinion. Like he stayed in Packers. You know, he's toughing it out and for the Raiders right now. Like he's not doing a holdout or like whatever he is. Like George Pickens is his second year.
Yeah,
bro, just chill out a little bit, bro. Just give it some time, I guess. Like,
and that frustration from Devontae was so warranted too.
Yes,
if you're talking about the Lions game,
because
he had like 8 targets and he had 1 catch.
No, I would. That's not. Yeah, the point I was getting at was more of a compliment to Devontae for.
Yeah, absolutely.
For like, because there's a lot of like George Pickens, it's second year in. Halfway through his second season, he's already like over his team. It looks like deleting his Steelers stuff from the social media. Like,
though Kyler did that right before he signed a 5-year extension.
Kyler, don't get me started on Kyler.
I felt like the Steelers have had their bad rap of players that could have been phenomenal, but then like got all
in recent history,
kind of like diva.
Yeah,
diva
I mean,
in their head and left the team, and I'm like, really now?
AB was phenomenal. I mean, he was the best receiver in the league for like a good, at least 3 years.
And till the day he threw his pads off the field and walked off, he was one of the best receivers in the league.
And like Le'Veon Bell was incredible too, and like deserved to get paid. And at the time, I was supporting the holdout because I thought he could just come back like nothing happened.
I was very much. I wasn't supporting it because I took him in fantasy that year. I was somewhat supporting it. And the next year, I took David Johnson. The year he broke his wrist against the Lions in like the first week. Man,
brutal.
Yeah, but no, I think it's on the up and up for the Raiders. It's really just about what decisions they make next.
Yeah.
My thing is, have the Raiders ever really? I mean, besides the '80s, have the Raiders ever been good?
No, because ownership. It's the ownership. They
have you seen Mark Davis's haircut, Mia?
No, I haven't.
That's not the haircut of a man that knows how to run a football team.
No, it's not. It's honestly probably one of the first. Look it up. Look up Mark Davis haircut.
It looks.
Mark Davis
he
haircut.
Honestly might cut it himself.
I think he takes turns having his grandkids cut it.
Oh my gosh, it's a bowl cut.
It's just bad.
Oh my god.
Can you flip I want to see this.
That's it's really something.
It's like a 3-year-old in an 8-year-old's body. Like, shout out Mark Davis though.
For what?
I don't know. Casey watched this.
What has he done?
I don't know.
Abandoned Oakland?
Give me money.
I honestly at this point, I think all teams will be abandoning the Bay Area. Besides,
San Francisco.
They're not abandoning San Fran. I mean, everyone's abandoning Oakland.
Athletics. Yeah.
Well, and the Warriors moved a few years ago from Oakland back to San Fran.
You know, he's worth $2.3 billion.
Yeah, he can cut his hair out of them. He wants. I guess when you that. Imagine, if I had $2.3 billion to my name and somebody made fun of my haircut, I probably would be
but I'd probably get a expensive haircut if I had $2.3 billion.
I really wonder, there has to be somebody picking his brain about it. Like, yo, what's up with that, man?
Hey, Carrot Top.
Yeah,
what's going on?
Whoa. You ever think of maybe just parting it to the side at all, or just anything other than that?
What's going on with the bangs, man?
Yeah.
You're 70.
Why are they so short too? So many questions.
Anyways, Yusuf, your team had a bye week this week, so you think what is that prospects?
Bye weeks used to be like a celebratory reason in Detroit. It used to be like a guaranteed.
Yeah, they couldn't lose that week.
Yeah, that's exact. And this week it's nah. Like I want to be back at it. Like next week we play the Chargers at the Chargers. I'm so not worried. It's crazy how not worried I am. Because they don't scare me. I see what they do against teams that are worse than us. they better bring their A game because we are. And Dan called and told me. He said Jonah is gonna be ready. He said Frank might be ready. Don't know. Demo, we'll see. But no, Lions are gonna be back.
Doesn't seem like Dan told you much.
It was more just checking how he's doing. It wasn't really injury.
More of a personal, off the record kind of thing.
Exactly. But no, I think I'll be really excited for the game this week to see. I expect them to play their best game of the season. Coming off a bye week, as healthy as they've been since week 1, probably, or since week 2, probably. It'll be fun to watch.
That's what well-coached teams should do, right?
Yeah.
Is play a very clean game in that week after the bye.
Yeah. And, man, perfect time for the bye week. Couldn't have drawn up a better time.
Yeah, they've been banged up.
Yeah, but then after that they do the Thanksgiving game. So.
Yeah, and we'll get another long week. Yeah. Have you ever been to a Thanksgiving game?
I went to one. It was against the Vikings.
Was it cold as hell?
No, it's Ford Field.
Oh,
it's indoors.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry.
It was cold outside.
I'm sorry. I'm used to
outdoor
stadium. Sorry.
It was cold outside, but yeah. It was the year. I can't remember the exact year. I was in high school. It was the year Slay blocked the game-winning field goal at the end, but he was way offside, so it didn't count. So Minnesota got to re-kick and made the field goal. But I'm going this year.
You are?
Yeah.
Man.
Wow.
This year's gonna be one of the best years to go to in a while.
Who are they playing?
The Packers. My uncle's girlfriend is a Packers fan, so
yuck.
So we have some fun stuff. My other uncle or cousin or something owns a bar in Detroit, so we're gonna.
We really need to deep dive on Ben's
life.
Ben's uncles.
My mom's side of the family goes crazy. Well, her dad had 10 siblings, so I have a crazy amount of uncles, and they do cool stuff a lot of the time.
That's pretty sick.
Deep history, oh my god.
Week 9 on Waterboys, we'll be looking deep into Ben's family lineage. We'll be finding out where they come from, what they do, and much more.
My cousin's mother has season tickets to the Lions, and they're going to the game this next week, and I'm so jealous. I'm damn.
Oh, against the Chargers?
Yeah, no, the week afterwards.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna be your family, but that wouldn't have made sense because season tickets are in Detroit.
Well,
sorry.
I honestly have no desire to go to SoFi Stadium. So
really, it's nice. It's like a spaceship.
Beautiful.
I know, but
might be the nicest stadium in the country.
I've heard horror stories about getting out, and I'm like,
no. Yeah.
Getting out. It's LA. Are you not used to traffic by now? You're from LA.
It's actually not even walking out of the stadium.
My dad and my brother had to pay $100 for parking.
That's one thing, but it's like a maze. LCA is very straightforward.
Shaped
it's
like a ram.
That
right,
and it shares almost the same parking lot with the Forum, which is.
Oh yeah.
I didn't know the Forum is where Magic Johnson used to play.
Oh yeah, yes. Original home of the Lakers before the Crypto.com arena.
You play GTA 5?
Yeah.
Isn't the Forum?
That's what. No, wait. Is that supposed?
I think so.
That is supposed to be the Forum. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not the Staples Center, or is it supposed to be the Staples Center?
Forum.
I think it's
the shape of it is Forum shape.
Okay. Yeah.
And it's by the airport, which the Forum is.
Right.
That's also why it's heavy traffic.
Yeah.
Because it's literally 20 minutes away from LAX. So I'm just
that's a good location.
LA is actually a different world.
That's why that's why so many road fans take over Chargers games. Because it's right next to the airport. You can fly into a LA weekend.
That's what we did.
Go right before you fly out. That's great.
I guarantee you there's going to be more Detroit fans than there are Chargers fans. I can guarantee it.
When we went 2 years ago, when it was Stafford's first game against the Lions, I went to that game, and I stayed in an Airbnb in Inglewood, which is I stayed on Crenshaw. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Crenshaw is in a gang-affiliated neighborhood.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah. Yeah, because Inglewood has
the rolling 60s.
Inglewood has some really rough parts to it if you don't know where you're going. So.
But it was just so many Lions and Rams fans in the area that it wasn't even really dangerous. So we were on Crenshaw.
Everybody was wearing blue. It wasn't a problem.
Oh my gosh, I just realized that. Everyone's going to be wearing blue.
They were like, oh, we
Am I
got
gonna get
reinforcements this year. They're like, where'd we get all these reinforcements from flying in all over the place?
Do the Lions, what's their away jersey colors?
It's still white and
white.
blue.
White.
Blue.
Not going to have any interferences.
I mean, the Chargers are white.
No counter, no,
Yeah.
no, what do you call it? Conflict of interests. That's hilarious. That's really funny.
Have you ever been to a Thanksgiving game, Yusuf?
Yeah, when David Blau
No
started.
shot. Oh, that's
my brother, like 2 days before that. I don't think David Blau was supposed to start that game. But my brother, like maybe a week before, was like, oh, you want to go to Thanksgiving? I was like, yeah, man. Like, how am I going to say no to you? You're offering me this awesome experience? Yeah. And then, like, first of all, we started that game with a deep bomb to Kenny Galladay, and we were up. And then I was like, wait a second. I was like, it's a Thanksgiving miracle. Like, what's going on? And then we had, like, 50 yards of offense the rest of the game. And I was like, I want to go home.
So, speaking of your brother, one of my favorite NBA teams recently traded James Harden.
Sixers.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about the James Harden trade as a big Harden fan?
I'm a big Harden fan, but as somebody who, as a big Harden fan, wants him to win a championship, part of me doesn't like the decision because I think he would have had a better chance with your Sixers. And I enjoyed watching him on the Sixers. I was honestly like a bandwagon kind of Sixers fan.
Yeah.
Like I'm a big Joel Embiid fan. I love Tobias Harris, former Piston. Like, you guys were fun to watch. It gave me a reason to root for somebody. So, like, now I have to totally, like, jump ship and, like, pretend to root for the Clippers.
Fan,
like, I don't really care for them.
James Edwards
the
is
Clippers
a
are the
Clippers fan.
equivalent
Is he?
of the Chargers.
Really?
Yeah.
No way.
Grew up a Clippers fan
Go
because
figure.
of Sean Livingston. I don't know why I know that.
Mid-range legend.
But I feel better about the Sixers' chances now
Without
that
Harden?
Harden's gone. I don't feel good about the Sixers' chance. They're not going to win anything.
But it's
this
almost
year.
like when Harden's on it, it's like you almost feel cursed.
Yeah, I don't know. I think he's
Not because it's just
at this point in his career, he's a ceiling capper. Like, I don't think he contributes to championship basketball because he is so disinterested in ever, like, moving off ball.
Yeah, I think what you're saying is hard to argue. But I don't think it's like, I just was watching this on, like, in my last class. I was watching his highlights. Like, the skill it's not where it was when he was in Houston, but there's skill there.
I mean, yeah, he's
I just
still
don't
James
know
Harden.
what he needs. I think it's somewhat of a mental buy-in to some. I think it's hard when you're one of the best scorers of all time. Like, how are you gonna just 1 year tell yourself, I'm gonna switch it up. I'm gonna switch up what I've been doing my whole life. Like, I don't know. It's hard to put your ego to the side.
And the Clippers have they've invested in guys like that the last year because, I mean, they brought in Russ and basically told him, you're not allowed to shoot.
Yeah.
You know, go grab offensive rebounds and play great defense.
Watching Russ play basketball is.
But I think it's interesting. The Clippers, like, playoff aspirations. I think a lot of people are saying it's a pretty easy, like, first round exit for them. I think they could go a little deeper if they're healthy and if James Harden can, like, buy into sort of in the way that Russ did, like, emphasizing his best traits and allowing the stuff he doesn't do as well to just be completely absent from the game plan.
Right.
Like, if you can go more primary with PG and Kawhi and have Harden move once in a while off ball, and
it was just so weird last year. He never did that. Like, he was never off ball, but there were times where he did do that, where he made it seemed like every time he touched the ball, he was making the right choice.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's a very small sample size, but the 2 games he went off in the playoffs against the Celtics. Like, looked as
He was
good
a
as he's
floor
ever
general.
gone. He
Yeah.
looked as good as he's ever looked. And it's just like, why can't we consistently do that? What is it? You know what I mean? Like, what? Like, I mean, and it might be as simple as like, hey, like you make one shots one day and you miss shots the next day. Like Michigan State shot 5% from 3. Are they gonna ever do that again? Probably not. Like stuff like, I don't know. It's interesting.
Speaking about Michigan State basketball, how do you feel about them losing their very first game of the season to a nobody team?
Well, okay.
I'm gonna let Ben take this one away.
Okay. First of all, some qualifiers on James Madison. They are the favorite to win the Sun Belt Conference this year. So we will.
I mean, what is the Sun Belt Conference?
The Sun Belt Conference is a Division I conference in both college football and college basketball. It's probably like the 9th or 10th best conference in the country, in terms of like overall athletics. Maybe like 10th to 12th. Either way, they are picked to win that conference, so we'll probably the odds are we'll see them in March. Not Michigan State, but like just watching March Madness. Their football team's really good too. It's a 20,000 people go to that school. It's not small.
Yeah.
And
they have a Barstool JMU page.
there is a Barstool Dukes. Barstool JMU.
They have a Barstool page.
Oh my.
So yeah, they're not complete sitters, but like Michigan State should have beaten them by at least 15.
The fact that we shot 5% from 3, missed I think 16 free throws, and still lost by 1 point in overtime shows.
Yeah,
like it says a lot in itself.
Yeah, but I don't know how a team can have that kind of the 60% from the free throw line, 5% from 3-point.
Did you hear that?
And by the end of the game, they were just not shooting jump shots because they were scared to.
Shot.
Like, how are you shooting that bad in your own building?
Did you hear?
This is where you're supposed to be used to the sight lines and everything and comfortable shooting. Like
Sunday night, they had a practice strictly based on like shooting and free throws. Specifically free throws, I'm pretty sure. Izzo said in his press conference. They track everything. This is the highest they had shot free throws all year.
Piggy jinx.
I don't know what it is, man.
And then they go in. That's the thing. Like, what can you do? The day before in practice, you hit the highest percentage free throws, and the next day you miss. It's like basketball is a sport where it's truly unique in that sense, where it's like some days you just don't got it,
and then you're not hot the next.
Like football's a little different. Like if you bring that same energy week in and week out, like you'll probably get the same production.
Yeah, something that Michigan State's done a lot in the last few years when they've lost is get completely like they show up completely unready to play, and in the first 5 minutes they go down by more than 10. They lead turnovers by 5+. They miss all their shots. They turn the ball over for the first like 5 minutes of the game.
And the whole game is playing catch up.
Yeah, and the whole game is playing catch up, and a lot of times they do catch up.
Yeah.
But I don't know what it is about this team, especially with the amount of seniors and juniors on the roster, that they can't lock in those first 5 minutes of the game.
Nobody probably thought about losing that game until maybe like first half,
I was
but like
shocked it was
second
in
half, I
overtime.
think everybody was like, we got it. Like, they're keeping it close, but like we'll just keep pulling away and like da. And that's why they came back. And I think the people on the floor, the players felt the same way. Like, we'll get, we'll get our buckets. Like Cohen will go put back. Like
there was clearly times in that second half, especially where I'm not gonna call out anybody individually, but like. There was straight up lack of effort and focus, like on defense, like guys watching the ball, missing assignments.
After a time, I was on the floor, so I saw a little more than the people on TV would see.
Yeah.
After one of the last possessions, not gonna name names, but like 2 players came over to one player and ratted him out, and they were like, and the player who did something wrong didn't necessarily say it was my bad. He was saying like da, and it was like, bro,
come on.
You think they're not flowing as a team yet?
No, and I don't think that's necessarily an issue.
It's November.
It
is November.
It's the start of the season. Yeah. I understand.
Three like top-notch freshmen that are expected to play a lot of minutes.
And Carr did play well.
Yeah. Izzo said he was the only one who played well.
So
especially on the
they're
offensive end.
you think they're just working out the kinks?
Yeah, no, I don't think it's time to freaking set this place on fire.
Yeah,
it's one loss. I think people. It's kind of like a domino effect. It's like, okay, like
they do play Duke.
Bring them on.
How are you gonna beat Duke if you can't beat the Dukes? That's my question.
That's a great question. But college basketball is crazy. It really because it's the thing. If we hit our shots, we're beating them.
Yeah. Graham Couch had a hilarious tweet that I actually really agree with. He said if a mid-major comes in to a Power 5 program and beats them, or not even beats them, if they lose by less than 10, there should be a rule that the Power 5 program has to go to their gym the next year and play it again.
That's a cool.
I like that. I want to go to James Madison. I want to go to Virginia.
Oh wait, the people they had like the first 3 rows behind James Madison's bench was all purple. And where is James Madison?
It's in Virginia. I don't know.
Okay, I was like, where did these people come from? And they were all, oh my god, they were rowdy, dude. After the game, we all know that one song, "Walk in Your Trap, Take Over Your Trap," that everybody loves to play after, upsetting somebody. Locker room blaring. And it seemed like they just had it on repeat. Every time I walked by, it was just...
They were prepared.
They came back out on the floor to take pictures after.
One of them came out on IG Live, and I'm like in the back of his IG Live. He's like, "What they talking about?" He's like, "What are they talking about?" Like, we
I find basketball players really like to do that.
I would do it too, though. That's why I'm not even mad. Yeah. I would have been even worse.
You just had like 10,000 people screaming at you for 40 minutes. You don't think you'd tell them?
They deserve it. They deserve it. The student section is very rude. They say like terribly disrespectful things all game long. Like if you win as
every student section.
No, that's what I'm saying though. Like if you win as an away crowd, you earn every right to do whatever you want.
I believe every athlete, like within reason, has has the absolute right to
celebrate,
talk their shit to the fans.
Yeah. Beep. What was I gonna say? You know what? You saying that, like, shout out Pat Beverly for that one celebration after they won. What was it, to get in the playoffs?
Yeah, they won the play-in.
Yeah, bro, that might be one of the best videos of all time. It's just, man, because like, how are you gonna tell him not to feel like that?
Yeah.
Even though it's a little funny, it's a little corny, but
in fairness, they were like the 10. I think they were the 10.
Yeah, and it's Minnesota. When do they ever get to the playoffs? Like that was big for them, and they wanted to sit there and make fun of Pat Bev for jumping on the scorer's table.
I mean, it might have been a little much.
Jumped on the scorer's table and took his shirt off.
They loved it in Minnesota, and that's all that matters.
The best part is that all the other players were going. Like Anthony Edwards is just as hype. Like,
yeah. Well. Speaking of fan culture, I want to talk about the Eagles because I came across this video and I just find that Eagles fans are I feel like they're on record to be the most
wedding. I saw
the most.
Sorry.
Wait.
Sorry.
Stop it. The most obnoxious. I feel like they get a lot of hate.
Obnoxious is harsh. I just think they
get a lot of hate.
They're scary.
So
I think they're scary.
This happened, and I find it.
Oh my gosh.
Take Rob to be your lawful wedded husband.
Oh,
You may kiss the bride.
Gilbert Bosa.
Bosa.
When's your Chargers game this week, Bosa?
Yeah.
Awesome.
So that actually happened in Tailgate, and the official Eagles account reposted it.
Yeah, they did.
So.
I mean, yeah, they're the best.
Dedicated.
Man,
they're the best.
I found
fans.
a girl who loved the Lions as much as me. You could catch me doing the same thing.
Really now?
Yeah. Bro. Sorry, guys.
I was like, Yusuf hates the Eagles. He's walking off.
No, but I mean, like, hey, I think part of the cool things about wedding is like making it a little bit unique to yourself. Like, I think this is a little underwhelming for my liking.
You wouldn't get married outside the link?
Yeah, no, like maybe like, no, like I don't know. I'd have something like, I'd have like whoever sings the national anthem for the Red Wings to come sing at my, like, you remember Karen Newman from the Red Wings games? She used to hold it down. Shout out Karen.
I never
Newman.
paid that much attention
Yeah.
to who was singing the national anthem.
But I will
Love
say
you, Karen.
the Eagles account, as someone who studies social media and stuff, they're doing fantastic with their accounts.
Chargers is the best,
Because
though.
they just brought the Eagles normally did that with the wedding, but they also brought in like two like an older couple, and they gave him a sideline pass, and it went viral because the mom called her daughter on the sideline and was like, "Guess where we are? Guess where we are?" And I guess like everyone wanted to see the daughter, so they brought them back.
And brought the daughter.
You brought the daughter, but they brought them for the press conference, and they met all the players and the coach, and they got it on tape.
I'm
and
not
I
gonna
was
lie,
like, I said that's so great for the Philadelphia Eagles organization.
I'm not gonna lie, Ben. Seeing stuff like that just pisses me off. Pisses me right off, Ben. I'm looking right in the camera. Where's my sideline pass, man? Where's me and Ben's sideline pass at?
You gotta get lucky because they literally
I know.
they were just in the crowd. There were as people were coming into the stadium, right?
Yeah.
They were just like, "Do you want a sideline pass?" And they're like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
The luckiest I've ever been was that day we got the bobblehead at the Red Wings game. That's the luckiest I've ever been. Shout out Red Wings. Yeah.
And then there was a moment. I don't know. Did you guys watch the USC game, football game,
Yeah.
this weekend?
I saw Caleb Williams crying,
Okay,
though.
that's what I want to talk
You
about
mean the Michael Penix game?
because
Yeah.
You mean the
Obviously-
Put
Washington?
some respect
You
on
mean
him.
the Washington
Obviously-
game, right?
this is Caleb Williams.
Yeah,
Reaction
the
to-
crying. Yeah, the
They put,
so
why they put music over?
I
bro?
think-
It's so extra.
And there, honestly, as someone who like sees it as like that's a hard moment for him, like, oh, like that's an endearing moment for his mom, like the mom was covering from the camera. But then I saw other takes on the internet like he's a crybaby, like
nah, dude.
overreaction.
It's like
Yeah, Yusuf, give me your take.
okay, yeah.
No,
No, I
go
just
for
won't
it.
talk for the next 10 minutes.
Go on.
Go on. Sorry.
I think it's like it's so unfair. Max Duggan crying after TCU lost, and this is what a lot of people have been posting on Twitter, but Max Duggan crying after the TCU loss. Everyone was like, how can you not feel for Max Duggan right now? Like he just cares so much. And then Caleb Williams is, emotional after a loss, and people are like, this guy will never make it in the NFL. He's too soft. Like, I don't know.
If anything, it shows how much he cares.
Yeah, like they're the same thing. And I think it is also has a bit to do with the fact that Max Duggan is white and that Caleb Williams is black.
Yeah,
And
paints his nails, a bunch of stuff.
yeah.
There's a bunch of factors that make people, feel differently. But my take is, I love Caleb Williams for crying. I don't think he's a crybaby, but I'm never gonna feel bad for somebody like that.
Yeah, I don't feel bad for him.
I'm never gonna feel bad. Like
Yeah.
what me and Ben have to deal with is as regular like the daily struggles of like an average college student is probably a lot not harder, but everybody has their own struggles, you know what I mean? So it's like
At
I
the end of the
empathize
day-
with him, but he's going to the NFL.
Yeah, at
he's
the
gonna
end
be
of
a
the day,
millionaire.
He's gonna make
I pray that he
a lot of
stays
money.
mentally healthy and that he lives a good life, but
I don't feel bad.
there's
He
children
lost the
dying
game.
in this
Yeah,
world,
he
right?
lost- yeah.
I think it was because I heard commentary on this. It was that loss cemented the fact that they will most 100% won't
Right.
make the
Yeah.
college
No,
playoffs.
yeah.
Well,
Even if he loses the national championship cries, it's the same thing applies. I'm not gonna
He's-
feel bad.
Yeah, he's gonna go first overall in the NFL draft and make a lot of money. So he's gonna be okay. He lost a football game.
Yeah.
It's all right. The best quarterback doesn't always win the national championship. Usually doesn't actually. And
Tom Brady's last.
This year though, the best quarterback will win the national championship when Washington. does
Okay.
it.
I like that.
Oh, wow.
I thought you were about to say something. I thought you were about to say something else that would have been very controversial coming from this room in this building on this campus.
No,
Oh,
dude.
you talking about Michigan?
I
Yeah.
don't get this. Some of the NFL like talent
Scouts,
talent prospectors, I guess. Not because they're not like scouts.
like the Daniel Jeremiahs of the
Yeah,
world.
Yeah, but have been sort of dropping Penix, like
he's not him.
Yeah, like out of the first round conversation.
I think
saying
he's better
like
than JJ McCarthy
is in there. I think there's a few quarterbacks better than JJ McCarthy, and there's a few quarterbacks between Penix
not Duggan,
and McCarthy. But I think Penix might be the best NFL, like ready to run NFL system quarterback in this class.
Do you have a comparison?
He's like, man, because he's a lefty, it makes me want to say Tua, but he's got such a bigger arm than Tua. I mean, does he have feet? Can he run? He's got feet.
He's got both of them.
He's got 2 feet, this guy.
A left and a right one.
Yeah, I don't know. He kind of... That was the chair. He kind of like a Justin Herbert.
Okay.
Almost, to me.
How good is Drake May?
I don't know. I don't trust... Think back to the last 10 basketball school quarterbacks. Not that this has anything to do with Drake May individually, but North Carolina, Duke, Kentucky, Kansas. I don't trust their quarterback.
I don't feel confident scouting many positions in football other than wide receiver. I think I have a good eye for wide receiver. I don't know why. I think quarterbacks, it's like, this guy looks pretty good to me.
It's all system dependent. It's
that
like
too.
It's hard for guys to make plays outside of systems, and that's what makes Caleb Williams so interesting. Is USC's system has kind of sucked.
This
year, and he's still been
the
incredible.
Stuff he does is crazy.
Yeah, the stuff he just does in scramble drill is wild.
I remember this one time I saw him do it was a sidearm while he was going back. It was like that, and it was around the defender, and it was just like, that's absurd. It was like a Matthew Stafford, Patrick Mahomes level sidearm. I was like, this guy's real deal. But no, Caleb Williams, feel better, man. I don't know what to tell you, bro.
Crying to your, $3 million NIL deal contract.
Wipe your tears with some hundreds.
That's the thing. I think it's stupid people are coming at him for crying.
Yeah.
I think it's stupid people are seeing him cry and feel genuinely bad for him. He lost a football game.
The bottom line is this world is full of stupid people that care way too much about everything.
Oh my God. That's true.
Just watch the video and if you commented on the Caleb Bill, if you
delete your account.
Yeah, just stop. If you comment on anything like that, just stop.
If you comment on this video, delete your account.
Nobody reads them.
Oh my God.
The one AI bot that liked your comment didn't agree with you. They're just trying to get you to subscribe to their...
I've been catching AI likes on tweets recently. I'm loving it.
Me too. I get an AI follower a day on Instagram. I'm like, keep it coming. Keep it coming.
Oh, okay, Yusuf, your beloved Red Wings accomplished something big this past week.
Yes, they sure did.
And they brought down the Bruins. Mm-hmm. They were undefeated.
And
they brought the Bruins down. And that was a big celebratory thing because that's a big moment for the Red Wings, I feel like.
You're right. And I actually I DM'd my brother the video of Caleb Williams crying, and my caption under it was, "Why you crying, bro? The Red Wings won."
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
So that's how I felt. Yeah. First team to score over 3 goals on the Bruins this year.
Wow.
First team to beat them in regulation. They had the best penalty kill on the year. I'm pretty sure we scored 12.
Second loss in almost over a year.
Yeah,
so.
we something light.
Wait, their second loss?
No,
what in regular season?
Oh, okay. I was gonna say they
not
lost to Florida 4 times.
Not
Wait,
playoffs.
what's the? Oh, since 2023.
Yeah, they didn't lose at all.
Really?
Year.
Wait, no, that's not true.
That can't be true.
That's not true.
No, they went undefeated.
They did not go undefeated last season.
Yes, they did.
From
No, they
January
didn't.
1st to April They went undefeated?
Yes.
No way.
No,
They won
didn't.
the President's Trophy.
That would
They won
mean
the
that
President's
they won, like,
Trophy.
40 games in a row.
They had the most points, I believe, in NHL history.
That's right.
They had, and
I
they
swear
won the
they
President's
went
Trophy.
undefeated for,
There's
like-
no shot they went undefeated last year.
I don't know. I'm
All
not saying, like,
all
it sounds,
82?
it seems, no, not
Oh,
all 82.
82.
She's saying since January 1st.
Oh, okay.
But I still don't know. That's still like 3 months of undefeatedness.
All right.
If Mia's right on
bring up
this,
their 2022.
You told me so. I'm just having.
schedule.
I just know they went a very long time without
That would be
yeah,
losing. No one
that would be
scored on
incredible.
them. Like, that's why when they lost the first round of playoffs, everyone was
I'm
like,
surprised. No, they were the
Oh, yeah.
they were the
So they
best
were
team in history by points. That's not arguable. I just don't know if they didn't lose a
Right.
game in the second half of the season. If they did, man, that might be the best run in NHL regular season run in NHL history.
Yeah.
I remember when I was a
Let
kid,
me find that.
the Red Wings won 26 home games in a row.
Nah, they lost 3 games in March.
Yeah.
oh,
I mean,
March.
still though.
I mean, that's still pretty good.
no,
That's-
January to March.
nobody's
They
gonna-
hadn't. They did win like their last 5 before that playoff series.
really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the Red Wings are sick. Dylan Larkin's the man. He's finally got some goal score. I mean, not to throw any shade at Tyler Bertuzzi. Like, Tyler Bertuzzi's the man, but, like, having Alex DeBrincat on Dylan Larkin's line has made all the world of difference. Lucas Raymond taking another step in his career, you know.
Is DeBrincat still leading the league in goals?
I doubt it. It's been like a week
But
since he
Larkin's
scored. Yeah.
Larkin's up there in points,
No,
right?
I sent you a photo.
The way
about-
Larkin operates and plays hockey, it's like he's just going to get it. He's going to get points almost every night.
No, because I sent you a photo of like Larkin on the. He was like leading in points.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Offensive.
trying to find right
I
now.
keep- I don't think he was leading. I think
He was like third.
definitely
I think
up
third.
there.
Hughes is leading the league
Leading.
right now.
He's hurt now, though.
I know.
Oh no, he's not even what's it called? He's not even top 10. He might. Oh, he's tied for 4.
Yeah, that's still.
But I mean, like,
Oh,
you see how it is. Like,
Hughes lost his lead.
if Larkin gets 2 points tonight, then he'll be in. Dang it. Let's see goals.
Who is leading in points right now?
Elias Patterson on the Canucks. Shout out Elaine.
I know the
Smith.
Canucks though.
The Canucks have 2 of the top 5s. Wow, good for them. Alex DeBrincat's 5th or tied 3rd in goals.
Used to like the Canucks. I was a big Roberto Luongo guy.
I remember I was really rooting for them heavy when they played the Bruins in the playoffs. And do you remember how Vancouver like burned down after that? Like
No.
the city of
I don't-
the city of Vancouver, you know, excuse my French, showed their butt, you know. They really like were flipping cars, burning crap, like
Yeah.
they were. I was like, bro, it's Canada. Like, I thought you guys were supposed to be chill over here.
Like
Like,
North Lansing.
yeah.
It's Canada.
Northwest Lansing. It's Vancouver. Forgot.
No, but yeah. What were we talking about though?
The how they won against the Bruins and
Oh no, I was checking to see if.
Larkin,
Yeah.
his points.
Where are the Canucks in the standings? Wow, second.
They're actually doing good, which I'm kind of really shook about because they were terrible last year.
I
So I
don't
don't understand how
And-
that flip
And you
happened.
really like. I don't like. Do you ever wonder like? Lately, I've been like, are teams good or is it just like, especially the NFL? I'm like, even with the Lions, like, is it? Can I celebrate yet? Like, are we a good team? Like, is it
Yeah,
gonna
I mean-
phase out yet? Like, you know what I mean?
I think
Like,
it's pretty safe. You go into week 10, 6-2. That you're a pretty solid team.
but no,
I mean, you could still lose out, but they're not gonna.
yeah. But think about it. We had 2 wins at this time last year. 1 win.
and then you went on a
Yeah.
winning streak.
I'll never forget. I walked into my class last year. It was like this one random like IH class, and this kid I like befriended over the course of the year just by sitting next to him. Like we would talk about the Lions every week, and I came in after we lost to the Patriots like that Monday, and I was like so defeated.
The Bailey Zappi.
And he was like, "Hey man, like what do you think about the Lions?" And I was like, "Bro, like leave me alone. Like, why are you asking?" And he's like, "No, bro, like you never know. Like they could win. Like he literally was like he
Really?
could win the rest of their games." And I was like, "Yeah, okay." And
they almost did. Didn't they go like 8-1?
yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
this guy's right. But no, Mia.
There was a development yesterday that happened in don't follow baseball, but
No.
there was something that really massively happened in Chicago. Fired David Ross as their manager, and they put out a statement, and everyone, I guess, was in a frenzy on Twitter because it was just such a sudden.
Well,
Talk to me.
did you
B.
see who replaced him?
No.
Craig Counsell, the manager of the Brewers. And the city of Milwaukee is basically burning effigies of Craig Counsell. Like, they're
What was that? Burning what?
burning effigies, like building statue.
Oh, so he was the
basically
man over
basically they hate him. Yeah, Craig Counsell played in Milwaukee for a number of years. I think he was drafted by Milwaukee. I'm not 100% on that, but I know he played there a long time. And then he's been their manager pretty much, through this whole good run that they've had the last 5-6 years. And he accepted a deal with the Cubs, so the Brewers' rival, division rival, to be the highest paid manager in baseball. And the owner of the Brewers, I don't know the exact quote off the top of my head, but he basically said something along the lines of, "He's dead to us and the entire city."
Oh my
Like-
gosh.
And it's a heated, very salty time in Milwaukee, and the Cubs are.
Well, David Ross was a fan favorite of
Yeah.
the city of Chicago. If you don't know,
Yeah,
David
he
Ross
was their old catcher, right?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
won the
He won
World
the World
Series with
them.
them. He was a fan favorite. Like, everyone loved him. So when he became the manager, people were like,
Was he a bad manager?
No, he was a good manager. The Cubs should have made the playoffs this year. They lost they lost something like 9 of their last 10 and missed the playoffs by like a game.
Yeah.
And I don't think that was all on Ross, but that kind of collapsed, and they were disappointed enough, I guess, that they were saying, we got to go out and get a manager that we think can be a game changer. And Counsell's been pretty consistently thought of as one of the better managers for the last few years. So
He's a sellout.
yeah, going to your rival is pretty crazy. You don't see that a lot in baseball, an active manager leaving a club to go to another one, especially within the same division. But it's the paycheck. They made him the highest paid manager in the MLB.
I want to know how that business works, though, because it's like under the table type of, like, you're still in that organization, but then you get an offer from the next
That's why I
organization.
wonder if
so
it's like, I wonder if the people the closer people to it, like the players, the front office, I wonder if they all understand the business aspect, or if they are. I know the owner said what he said, but I wonder if there's any people who understand it, like, in a business aspect and don't put emotions into it.
There's also oh, sorry, I lost it completely. No, okay. I'll get back in that same spot so you can just cut that easily. There's also I did it again. That was just, I couldn't resist.
Amnesia's a really.
I couldn't resist doing that again. He also might have been running down his job security in Milwaukee a little bit. They've been good, but they haven't been great. They've lost in the playoffs a lot of times, so
He's kind of saving his own butt.
he could have had something of an ultimatum where it's like, if you don't get it done this year, we're gonna have to reevaluate a contract extension or something. And then he gets a 5-year offer from the Cubs,
And now he gets to be like,
yeah,
the man.
so job security is big too, and I'm sure he's happy to be the highest paid manager, and he's pretty deserving of it too. I think he would be one of the first 5 guys I'd think of if you asked me who the best manager in the MLB is.
Well, thank you, man. I don't think I ever would have. I think I probably would have lived the
Never
rest of
would've
my
known.
life without ever knowing about this
Well,
manager beef.
I got, because one of my in my digital team, she's from Wisconsin, and the first thing she came up to me was like, "Are you seeing what's going on right now? The Cubs, like, there's fire going on." Because she was like, "Oh, like, Wisconsin's like throwing everything's in chaos." I was like, "Oh," so that's how I heard about it last night, and I was like, David Ross, like, I actually really like David Ross as a human being, so I was like, "Oh, dang, like."
Poor guy.
Yeah, and then the Cubs like tweeted out their statement and everything, and it's like, I don't think we ever got like what from David Ross what exactly happened, but yeah.
So he played with the Brewers in 2004 Council, and then 2007 to 2011. So he spent, what is that, 5-6 years there as a player, and then he has been their manager since 2015. So that's 8-9 years.
Yeah.
So a guy that Milwaukee kind of felt like was one of their own. He's spent, roughly 15 years in their organization.
Okay, well, we've gotten to the game part of this, and no, because they have a bunch of, if you just look it up, this website just has a bunch of tier making.
Tier making? Okay, let's look up NBA jersey. If they have a city jersey, we'll do that.
Yeah, they have NBA city jersey connect 23 to 24.
All right, fuck it.
All right.
You want to make it together?
Yeah.
All right, me and Ben are going to work together on this. How about we each get it? We could just go one. All right, we'll just start, and we'll start at one, and I'll say what you think, and we'll see what I think.
All right.
I'm going to look on mine. I'm going to look on mine so I can see it better, and you can just drag it.
Bro, what is the first one?
Rip City, Portland.
All right, so we're going to make a tier list of the NBA City Edition jerseys for this year.
Here, I'm going to have them up on here so we can get a big picture here. And
because they're low-key ugly.
A lot of them look at first glance to be Fs.
Straight up.
What is the Nets one? The
Nets is pretty funky. So this Portland with the Rip City black and red. As far as these go, I gotta see the whole jersey. I don't want to rank like a.
Yeah. NBA new jerseys.
The Rip City.
It's actually nice.
Rip City?
Yeah, I like it.
Okay, I got a picture.
Oh yeah. It's all right. What's with the plaid
What's
on?
the
What's with the
base
plaid
color?
on the
Is that-
shoulders?
Is that black? Like the base?
Yeah.
It's gonna take too
It is. Let's just.
No, but do you see? There's like plaid on the side.
All right, I'm gonna give him a B.
All right, well let's do this. Let's do this. Give me your top 3
Top 3 city jerseys.
City Edition jerseys.
Okay, top 3 best and top 3 worst.
And
right.
bottom 3, yeah.
All right.
All right, number 1 is for me. Well, I don't know.
Give me
I gotta go
Detroit.
number 1.
I think number 1 is
Detroit's
Detroit.
Detroit's up there. Theirs is so good, and the court that goes with it is so nice.
I think we swagged it out.
I also love San Antonio's.
Is that the bottom one?
So Detroit is
That one
S
also
tier.
Dude, they have the font that's on the back of sorority hoodies.
Yeah.
That's like "Wish you were here,"
Yes.
like "Call me when you're home," like that stuff. That's the San Antonio font that's on the front of this jersey, and
That's dope.
it is fire. It looks so good. It's
I
so
really like
70s.
I think the Phoenix is very frat bro bar jersey all over it.
The
And it's kind of
Vav.
fire. It's fire.
It is.
I
I like the gradient.
So
I don't like the gradient on the numbers. I'm gonna be honest. I like it on the side
too
though.
much. And then third, what? Oh no,
I think Boston's is pretty normal.
bro, something about Indies kind of is speaking to me.
Nah. I'm judging them because I hate the court.
That too. I'm gonna go Houston. So my 3 is Detroit, Phoenix, Houston.
I'm going Detroit. I'm going.
Utah's is really nice.
Actually, I do like Boston's, actually.
It's very old school.
All right. I'm going Detroit. I'm going Memphis. I don't know. Everyone's hating on that MEM thing with the 3 lines. I like it for some reason. I don't know.
I can't even find it for some reason. Oh, I see it.
I don't know. I like it. I think it's going to look really good on Jaren Jackson and Xavier Tillman. And so No, but Detroit, San Antonio, Memphis is fine. I like Charlotte's too.
Least
I like
favorites.
Portland's.
Least favorites. I'm gonna go Toronto. Heat culture. That's just stupid.
Is that what H-Town is supposed to be?
No, that's
No.
Houston.
Oh, that's
And
Houston.
then third least favorite is either gonna be like, say Minnesota or Atlanta
I'm
or
going
Denver. The 5.280 is so
It's
stupid.
so dumb.
It's way too big of a number to have on a jersey.
Yeah.
And you're gonna have more numbers on it. Like
What's the 5280?
that's that's number
Mile.
one actually. That's the stupidest jersey ever.
Heat culture is the stupidest jersey ever, and the words they put on the court. It's so
That's
stupid.
the thing is the jersey itself kind of looks cool, but the
No,
Heat culture
dude.
just totally kills it.
No, it's like
It's
when
like a,
when
it's like a
other
summer
peop-
league jersey.
when other people
What
say
about the brotherly love one,
when
though?
when other people say you're the toughest team in the league, it's cool. When you say you're the toughest team in the league, it's lame. The worst ones definitively are the Mile High, the Heat culture, and Toronto or the City of Brotherly Love. That one's awful too. Also, New Orleans sucks. All right, most of the city jerseys suck. I'm gonna be honest there.
Like, what's Minnesota's? It's just like
It's water.
Minnesota's is
It's like a glacier.
it's like a glacier.
Anyways, though, guys.
I also hate Milwaukee's. All right,
We love you. You know,
The roundabout way of saying the
That's
Connect jerseys suck.
hope
All
you
right.
guys.
Designers get some new material
well, thank you for listening.
to another
Me and-
week